No, I think body language is huge for players. I think the game hockey's very frustrating, so you're gonna have different emotions going on. You're gonna get frustrated at certain things, referees, coaches, whatever. But I think the more players can control body language, the better it's gonna be for them long term. Number one, but coaches pick up, and even like scouts and things like that pick up body language huge, and it starts at young ages, like 4, 5, 6. You see kids banging their stick on the ice. And I think parents got to nip that right away. Coaches obviously should, but if I see my son or daughter banging their stick on the ice, like that's getting addressed when they get off the ice, and there's no way that's happening again. And so I think things like that are huge. I think even getting upset after a goal. We still have kids that are 10, 11, 12 banging their stick after they don't score a goal. I think that kind of stuff has to get squashed, and I think it's really important for the coaches to do that. But also, I think parents got to be mindful of it and keep an eye out for it, and making sure that they are addressing it with their own kids. And a lot of parents don't, unfortunately, do that, but we need to do that as a group, as a collective, with the coaches, the players, and the parents. We need to be able to help these players as they're moving up levels and stuff. I was out one time years ago watching a junior age player. He was going into his OHL draft year, so kind of that CHL, WHLQ, and one of a buddy of mine had asked me to go watch this young boy, and the father knew I was coming, but I'd never met him before, so I had no idea who he was. I knew the player's number and who the player was. So I went to this game, was watching the game. Within 5 minutes, I knew who the player was because I knew the number, so I was watching the player, and within 5 minutes, I knew who his dad was. And his dad was banging on the glass, yelling, joking about his kid sucking and things like that with his other buddies that were at the glass. But this is a player that was in his OHL draft year, with a lot of scouts watching, a lot of people watching, and so the body language of the parents is just as important sometimes as the body language as the body language of the kids on the ice. And I picked him out right away. I didn't say anything to him. Watched the rest of the game. After the game, we met, talked, and I addressed it with him. I said, "Hey, listen, I just want you to know, within 5 minutes of coming to the game, I knew exactly who you were." And I said, "You were loud. You were, saying some funny but silly things about your kid, like some inappropriate stuff. I mean, I'm not even a scout. I was just coming here to watch him on the skill side of stuff." So you got it, and he really was taken aback by it. He's like, "Wow, I never even thought of that," and like it's really important because when scouts or whoever it is are watching players, they're also watching parents. And I think for parents, it's really important to understand that and really kind of check yourself at games. And I had a scout one time that I interviewed on a podcast, and he had said, my number one goal when I go to the rink with my kids or any sporting event is not embarrass my kids. And I was like, that's a great way to go about it. If I'm banging on the glass, yelling at the refs, like that's embarrassing, and especially embarrassing for my kid. And on the flip side of that, for all you kids out there, like don't embarrass your parents. You know what I mean? Conduct yourself the right way, work hard, all that stuff. But I think body language for parents and players and coaches too, like we can get into that as well. But I think all of that is really, really important.